Good Muse podcast is a series of hints, tips, and strategies for anyone promoting DJ events and nights out. The Goodmuse app is one of the quickest, easiest ways to set up your night, complete with tickets and a sample playlist to help you attract the right music connoisseurs. Find out more at GoodMuse.app. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and let your favorite DJ or promoter know about Goodmuse.
And welcome everybody to our latest podcast. I'm very, very, very happy and proud to have the legendary DJ CLK in the building. Maurice, mate, listen, you have been an absolute godsend, on the R&B scene for as long as I can remember. Yeah, your branding is on point. Your events are always on point. You always know how to get a crowd moving. So we're just glad that you're here. Very, very honored to have your presence here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for taking the time out.
All good.
So, would you like to tell everybody like how you started in on your DJing journey?
Well, my DJing journey was an interesting one. Came from like family of DJs, so three siblings and two other siblings, three children in total. We all kind of had a love for playing music. In the 80s, my brothers bought a 2-deck with no pitch control, no speed control, DJ console to their house. And I was like, wow, what's that? I want to try that. And weren't allowed to touch it because I was too young, innit? And that was back in the 80s. And I was like knee high to a guy. And I was like, no, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then lo and behold, when they went to work and I was young on school holidays, plug the headphones in, mess about, obviously put everything back where it belongs. So we're talking primary school days, primary school days it was, not knowing what I'm doing. Yeah. So, but can't really say I was a DJ then. I was just messing about. It was a new toy in it. So it was just one of those things, you just kind of learn and, you hear things, you hear mixes that your older siblings was doing and you think, oh, I can do that. And then, that's where it began. So, I started off playing music, if you really was to say it, would be when I was really, really young. Not knowing what I was doing, having a go like it was a Fisher-Price toy. From there, it moved on to falling in love a bit from when I was a teenager, starting DJing at my school parties and stuff, house parties from a very young age. The school parties obviously were allowed because I was young. But the partying didn't start till 16, 17, friends parties, early finishing and day parties, the original day parties. You know what I'm talking about. That's where the journey kind of went and falling in love with collecting music, falling in love with learning the art of mixing, scratching, juggling, reading a crowd, collecting tunes once again. And that was it. That was the passion. And I must say, out of all the jobs I've had over the decades, I must say that's one job I've stuck at. You know what I mean? I should be getting my pension soon, isn't it?
If it was anything to
Can I retire? Am I allowed to retire? Goodmuse. Am I allowed to retire? That's the question.
No, you can retire whenever you want. It's not to us. We'll say you can retire tomorrow. But
But would I physically be able to? That's the problem.
No, I don't think you would. You'd be sitting at home thinking to yourself, I'm bored. What can I do? I can play 2 tunes. Yeah.
Right. So it's been a journey.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because of late, conversations we had off the interview and stuff, that this year officially is like 30 years of me officially.
Wow.
30 years in the game. Playing tunes. And some it's not a lot. Some for me, it's a lot. So I didn't catch what you said there, bro. It is a lot.
You need a gold watch. You need a gold watch and
I need a gold watch.
And that golden handshake, mate. Thank you for your service.
And it's funny when you think about it. You think about the ages that you put that word, that 30 years of playing tunes from that first school party to that basement party in Streatham Hopton Road, Tom's basement party when I was, supposed to be studying for my GCSEs, and from
Yeah.
those days, and then you think back, wow, that was 30 years ago, and then you remember all the other DJs as well that started around the same time as you, and you think,
Yeah.
you know what? There's quite a few of us, 30 plus, and obviously you've got the generals out there that have been going 40 years plus, so there's a lot of history there. Definitely, so 30 years, I've been blessed.
3 decades in the game, bro.
I've been blessed to be able to work with a lot of good brands and a lot of good people, as you know.
Yeah.
And it's been a good journey. It's been an interesting journey. We've created a lot of brands along the way as well, and a lot of good parties, a lot of good memories, a lot of good times. And it's been an interesting journey. It's it's seen me travel the world. It's seen me on TV. It's seen me do a lot of things. A lot of
Do you want to
things.
talk a little bit more about your television experience?
Yeah, I mean, I was the resident DJ for the MTV show called Bass Lounge, which was basically like it wasn't like your lit parties that Trevor and Dodge and Hanif used to do.
Okay.
It was more about a chilled out live artist, and I was in charge of the pre-party, the intermissions, and playing the after party. And I held that residency about 3 years? About 3 years. We went to venues like Café de Paris, Trap. Before it was Trap, it was called Propaganda. That's what it was called. And for those of you who remember those clubs, I must say I've been blessed to really rub shoulders with a lot of them stars as well. Shaggy, Amy Winehouse, rest in peace, and Roy Ayers, legendary Roy Ayers, came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm Roy Ayers. Where's the changing room? It's nice to meet you, by the way." I was like, "What?" It's like Roy Ayers. It's like soul legend there, soul funk legend, and I've been blessed. I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
And I've worked for many brands like Sony. I was part of the Sony Street team, compiled quite a few mixes for them as well. And then obviously I've seen a lot of era changes as well. So people's trends and what people like, how people like to be entertained as well. That's changed a lot as well. And we've ridden the waves with that as well. So like we went from partying in the city, coming back to South London, going to West London, going back to the city, going to Camden, Shaka Zulus and stuff. So I've seen a lot. Experienced a lot.
Days of where you could just go and rave in the West End, like from Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah.
You can just club hop, and it wasn't. There was no issue. All those city raves, back like that 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Sadly,
and you can get parking.
Sadly, those times have changed.
And you can get parking. There was loads of single airlines. You can bust out one side road, and you get parking.
Was good.
It's a nightmare. Yeah, I'm telling you now, it's changed. It's like, you see the different trends. And even when you see the people that you remember from back in the day as well, it's interesting. The other day, a friend had a house party. He said, "Oh, you're that guy that used to play at that club." Yeah, you're right. Yeah, don't know who you are, but you know what I mean. It's one of them.
Look, you've had an influence. You've influenced someone out there who didn't know who you were, but they've heard your voice, they've heard your spider play, or seen your name, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy."
And that's it. It's funny, man. It's been a journey. It's been a proper journey, and and it's like even the music has changed as well. Like you look at the music trends that people are doing now as well, and it's different. And I can truthfully say, I'm a man where I love the era that we paved the way for. The tunes we broke. I love that era, and I'm still playing tunes like 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years ago. We're still playing them tunes. With a squeezing of like a few others as well, but it's.
Oh, they're good tunes. They're rephrase that. They're not good tunes. They're classic tunes.
Yeah,
They're just
exactly.
How they were written and produced. No disrespect here to any new, or younger, songwriters, but there's certain songs that will never go out of style.
Yeah.
Never.
Exactly. But the wickedest thing is the younger crowd now, because I play at a lot of places where, you get a mixed age range there and, you play like a 90s band, you think, right, yeah, they're asking for these tunes. You know what I mean? Yes, they're asking for some of their newer stuff, like the Afro beats and stuff, and their so-called club
What?
bangers, yeah, but they're still asking for the old school tunes.
Well, not really gonna like show up our ages, but maybe because their parents have been banging their tunes in their
That's
household,
it.
and they're like, "Mom, Dad, what's this song?" And this is Jabba.
There
Ah,
you
yeah,
go. There you go.
yeah,
It's that.
yeah,
It's good music definitely paves the way, and people, especially with like that age-old argument. Oh no, the original is this. They would play the original version. One of those. Yeah, I mean, it's just funny. It's like music's got a good
yeah,
story to tell, and it kind of plays a big part in my life and loads of other people's lives as well. They can play a tune. You can say, right, I remember hearing that in this place or whatever. You know.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. It's
music's
really weird
really.
actually because I know myself and Dave here went out a couple of months ago. Um,
Mhm.
'Cause there was this it was advertised as old school hip hop. Now,
Yeah.
when I say okay, if I was to ask a question to you, what do you class as old school hip hop? Yeah, old school hip hop, should I say? Well, what would you say is old school hip hop?
Right. So okay. So I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna say stuff like if you say old school hip hop. You see, it's a bit unfair to ask me that question, like people like yourself, because obviously, we broke those tunes. That was our era. Yeah, I mean, that was our era. So if I say old
Yeah,
school hip hop, I'll say things like De La Soul. I'll say things like Public Enemy, Public Enemy.
yeah,
I'll say
okay,
things like,
yeah,
I'll say things like, I don't know,
EPMD,
uh, EPMD. I was about to say EPMD. Das Effects, Onyx. That's our era. That's old school to me.
Dre,
Dre, Snoop Dogg, you know what I
yeah,
mean? NWA. The list
yeah.
goes on. You know what I
It's
mean?
weird.
Eric B. and
Now,
Rakim, the Godfathers. You know what I mean?
Pete Rock's the old smooth.
Pete Rock, CL Smooth. Definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's weird. It's weird and funny and interesting, yeah, that you've mentioned those great artists and bands
Mhm.
because when we went to this event, we expected to hear those those bands and those sort of songs. And
Yeah.
oh boy, it was a case of yeah, this is not old school hip hop. I mean,
hmm
they were playing like Lil Wayne
hmm
and Lil Yachty and every other artist, yeah, that was Lil something. And
hmm
I was like, no,
So for
no,
them,
no.
their old school was probably, they related to the old school of like, say, 10 years ago. So the Little Waynes, when Drake first bust, we're talking about what's that other one? Soldier Boy and all that. That's their old school. That's what they, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? But,
yeah.
hmm
And it kind of so we didn't stay at the venue for long because I was like
hmm
I said to him like, I can't do this. I'm gonna
hmm
go down hip hop chip shop down in Brixton. Let me hear some real
Yeah,
hip hop.
yeah.
And it kind of got me thinking, yeah, with regards to how different generations class music.
hmm
Like, it's like, when you play the original dancehall, yeah,
hmm
Elephant Man, Jamili Man, you know, Shabba Ranks from like back in the day, right? It's a lot different to like dancehall music for the last like year or two. And it's
Yeah.
just it's just I don't know, it's amazing how music can just evolve and how different people interpret music,
hmm
like interpret the same genre. I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but it's just I don't know. I find the journey that the DJ tries to take you down. I think it's very incredible, like how
hmm
like a DJ could create a playlist and play a certain type of music, and it will take you to a different part of your life.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh
And
yes, I
and that's
remember
what it
this.
is.
Yeah,
And that's what it
yeah,
is. Literally, when I'm
yeah,
putting together a set, yeah.
yeah.
When I'm putting together a set, I look at things like this. Okay. Take people back to a time when they were footloose, fancy free, didn't have nothing to worry about. They didn't have to worry about no bills, no mortgage, no car payments, no nothing. Think about all you had to worry about was the batteries in your Walkman. Am I
Yes,
right or wrong?
Walkman. Yeah, no, you're absolutely bang on,
That's
mate.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, or if you had a friend with a car, you know what I mean, making sure you get your tape back at the end of the night. You know what I mean? If you go
And
raving
giving
or go out,
and,
whatever.
and giving your and giving and making sure you have like at least a five for petrol money.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Huh?
It's hilarious.
Good
But
money,
that
man.
fiver
Good
would
money.
take you far, man, back then.
Mate,
But
mate, I'm telling you, fiver was a godsend back in them days. But hey,
yeah,
anyway, we move forward.
yeah, your picture's a bit
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
pixelated, pixelated a little bit.
Oh, how's it now?
No, same. Don't know if it's me. Let me
Oh,
try.
might be you.
Let me check.
Better?
No, same thing.
No? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, sorry, mate.
Bit weird.
It's probably me. Apologies.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay.
but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
all right.
yes, sorry to interrupt the interview there. So apologies.
That's all right.
But yeah. So it's just one of those things. Take people back to their memories. So like the other day, I was asked to play a friend of mine's 50th down in Trent Park.
Okay.
This guy called Dean. Soul
Yeah.
Unique Boys. And let me tell you, boy, that was a party. And
Oh
you
yeah.
know when you got like people, because you know I'm not of that age. I'm not that age. I'm not trying to bait up my age, but yeah, I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? But I remember the tunes thanks to having older brothers and you know
Yeah.
being in the scene quite a bit as well. So you kind of like you kind of know certain tunes, and
Yeah.
so I thought, right, what can I do this a little bit different? Let me just try a different era. Let me try digging a bit deeper or trying a different selection or playing with a different energy. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
you remember, if you were there in them times, you remember the tunes, you remember the movement of tunes, the hype of the tunes. When you heard the tunes on the radio, maybe it was Super Jam, Daddy Early was dropping the latest ragga tunes or whatever, or
Yeah.
you had all these phenomenal DJs who were radio presenters as well when they're doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. There are times when you hear a tune on radio, because back then we used to listen to radio all the time, to
Yeah.
get new tunes, yeah?
Yeah.
And we thought, I ain't got that song. We used to take off radio and all sorts of, you know what I mean? It's a
Uh-huh.
memory, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
memory,
Yeah.
absolute memory. And these things are very important. It's like to what we're about. So I said, right, I'm thinking about what I'm going to play. Right, I'm going to go to Disney. Play a Super, play uh, what's his name? Demas, that's not Murder Hero, for example. I'll drop
My God. Yeah. Yeah.
and then Mad Cobra, check him or whatever. It just works. It's nice. And it's
Yeah.
these tunes probably get beat out every weekend, but at that moment there, people went back to their old school way of raving. And it was nice. Everything
Mm-hmm.
was beautiful. And that's why I like playing old school music, because it's music that's attached to memories.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Hence why I created the brand That Thing. That Thing's
Yes.
original strapline was what's it? A night of reminiscence, complemented by future classics. That's what before we don't pose we party. That's what it was. It was basically we're
Well,
dropping loads of old school stuff.
I remember like from like when a long time ago when we first started hearing about that thing, and I thought
Yeah.
I think it's it's one of my friends said are you going to that thing, which is like well
What thing?
what thing? Because every weekend it's like oh yeah are you going to that thing? Yeah or yeah I'm at that thing in it or whatever, and then we're like oh you going to that thing? I'm like what thing? That thing. Okay, what thing? That thing.
And that
Oh, it's an
was the
event
whole
called that thing.
purpose.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah,
purpose of the name. No joke.
yeah.
I kid you not. I was chatting to one of my
Mm.
cousins, like, yeah, I'm gonna make an event. It was just after my older brother passed in 2000. I said, right, I'm gonna create an event.
Mm.
I thought of the idea of the event, but it never took place in 2005. And I said, right, I'm gonna call the event That Thing. And it was
Yeah.
around the time when Do Wop, That Thing came out by Lauryn Hill. I used to
Oh
love
yeah,
that tune. I used to cut it up a lot. I said, yeah, that's my tune. I'm doing that. I'm gonna call it That Thing.
yeah,
The whole purpose of it was basically exactly what you just said there. It's like, oh, you going to that
yeah,
thing? What thing? That thing, innit? Yeah. No, what thing? No, that thing.
yeah,
That's the whole
yeah.
purpose of that name. And it's been doing that for years, but how can I put it? It's been a long time. This year is 19. Is it 19 years this year? It's 19 years this year, that thing.
Still going strong.
Well,
Still going strong.
times
My
change.
opinion.
But yeah,
Yeah, for
times
sure.
change, people's change. Yeah, but it is, it's there. We keep it rolling. And yeah, it's just one of those things. You
No,
just think back and you think to yourself, yeah, started it in 2005 at Industry Bar, Curtin Road, which is now called Queen of Hoxton. I played it a
okay.
couple of weeks ago. I was like, rah, hold on a minute. Ain't this where I started that thing? I got a 50th birthday book in there. It was hilarious. I was like, rah, this is where I started.
So, so it's interesting. Like you mentioned the like where you started, the venue, and how it's changed. So, what's your take on what's happening in the UK with regard to venues closing at such an alarming rate? Like, how do you
Mm.
see this ending up?
You know what? It's quite sad, if I'm brutally honest with you, because I mean, I think these distractions in life are needed. Like,
Mm.
this has been happening for years. So you had like venue owners giving you very high bar tabs to meet, and you got to pay your high deposits, your higher fees, and then you got to pay your DJ bills. There's so much expense. But then what happens is, it's like they want you when stuff isn't good and money's not there on a weekend in January. Yeah, you can have any venue you want in London, but the problem is all these venues once they start making money, yeah, all of a sudden you got like a 3.5 grand bar tab becomes a 7 grand or 8 grand bar tab with a 2 grand deposit and stuff like that. It just becomes, it's like you're continuously climbing that hill and it's like, oh, come on, give me some leeway. But
Yeah.
then what happens with that is they outprice all the people who are ready to actually give them money, and lo and behold, they stop making money. And then all the venues start closing. Or you got a disgruntled neighbour saying, "Oh, we don't like this music playing here. We need peace and quiet." One random person that bought a flat or a house above a club or bar across the road or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's things like that. And then you got to think. I've seen many a club close, or
Mm.
licenses being restricted.
Mm.
And it's sad because we've been in these clubs for so many years. We've created a name in these clubs, and I've tried to even knock the door off the Wall Bar where we done that thing famously, and they just don't do promoted events anymore because they've been bitten by whatever bug they've been bitten. And it's sad seeing all these venues close, even local venues closing as well. And like for example, I do a gig in Tooting Market. If
Okay.
you had asked me 20 years ago, would you play in the market? I'd say no. But the vibe I get out of this bar in the market is
Yeah.
nice. It's real people. There's no door charge. Just buy your drink, listen to tune. It's good. It's like a little break from the norm. You know what I mean? So that's what people are finding different ways to entertain themselves. If I said
But
to you, Jonathan, if I
yeah,
said
go
to
on.
you 20 years ago, nah, we're not going out at night. We're going out in the day. And we're going to eat brunch. And we're going to listen to tune and we're going to dance. And then it's going to finish at 5. And we're going to
Yeah.
go out and it's going to be daylight. You'll tell me you're crackers.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny you mention actually, because just before this recording, um, I actually saw there's a DJ up in Wolverhampton. I didn't quite catch his name, but he's actually started up a day party in Wolverhampton. Like he doesn't,
Wow.
he runs between two and eight,
Hmm.
and basically it's a case of like to get in, you need to dress up smart, have a strict
Wow.
door policy, as what
Mhm.
you would do if you go in the evening, but it's just strictly for the day. Now,
Yeah.
whilst day parties are not um, a new phenomenon per se, this one for some reason is quite. I'm like, you're specifically going out in the day, but it's like a regular. I
Mhm.
think it's going to be a regular event. I think the first one's on the 2nd of March. Do you
Okay.
think? Do you think that could be a new way of circumventing the laws, or just be more creative and thinking? I mean, like,
Mm.
what do you think about that concept?
I mean, I'll
Like
put it
having
this
this.
way, yeah. Thinking
Yeah.
about what you said, yeah, and
Hmm.
you've actually picked a topic that I've been talking about a lot. You look at it this way. The change from night to day where people are partying, yeah? So
Yeah.
people are going to these lunches, they're drinking a lot, they're enjoying themselves, having fun, and guess what? They've got the rest of the evening to sleep it off, rest it off. I think the day party idea at first, before pre-COVID, was like no, I ain't
I
doing
love a
that.
day party. I love a day
Yeah, but
party. Yeah,
it's
for
the
real.
way. It is the way now. I think
It is the way. This is the way.
it's here to stay. It's here to stay, and I think it's actually great because I can do a booking on a Sunday and be home by like I don't know 10 or 11. Like for
Yeah.
example, one thing I love is the Got Soul Boat parties, as you know. Yeah,
Yes.
love them,
Yeah.
love them. SA big up. You know what I mean? Love them parties
Yes.
because
Big up
I can
SA.
be home
Yeah.
before 12, sleep, go to work the next day. I'm happy. It's great. I had a good time. You know what I mean? And things like that,
Yeah.
parties like that, day events like I've done a few at Bel Air House. I've done a couple of day parties at the mansion in Dulwich, and it's been nice. It's been really cool to kind of be in your house at a good time and just relax and chill,
Mhm.
especially if it's on a Saturday because then you've got the whole Sunday to relax as well. So jobs
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
But
Because them
bit
days there of
seedy.
like going out at and again showing that age, like going out you and your boys is oh okay, so what time we what time should we get there for? There's that get there about 2 o'clock.
Mhm.
Yo,
No.
them days are over for me, bro. Like I can't do
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
So
like
look at it this way, yeah. I'll make you
yeah,
laugh. You're saying that, yeah, that you're heading out
yeah,
at 2 o'clock. So what time would I have had to go out to actually fly that rave?
yeah. Stupid o'clock. Like
Exactly.
if
So that would have
the
been like
dance
leaving my
is
house
lit,
at 4:30 or
yeah,
5.
yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
Well, this
So
is
the
why
day party works.
this is why we set up Good News so promoters and DJs like yourself don't have to stand up there in the rain or freezing cold at seven
Exactly.
o'clock in the morning, where
Exactly.
people might take your flyer or look at it and okay, yeah, and then dash it in front of your face. I've
Mm.
seen it so many times, and I'm like,
Listen,
wow, that's disheartening. That's
I'm telling
disheartening.
you. I remember I'm an old school promoter, so I had no choice
Yeah.
until I saw the CD era. And I bought a couple of burner towers. I got I think it was Danny Player's Posse that on my first CDs.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Salute
yeah.
Danny Player's Posse. And he burnt
Mhm.
the whole of the CD. I was like, bruv, this is the way, this is the way you got to do it. You got to do the CDs. And and it worked. It
Mhm.
worked. Like you had people coming out saying, boy, if the Flyers haven't got a CD, I'm not taking it. I
Yeah,
had to laugh. That's how bad
yeah.
it was.
This is true.
People, like, yeah, you've seen it yourself. It's like you're out there flyering on the flyer, and the flyer ain't got no. If you run out of CDs as well, that's another thing. Oh, what you run out of CDs? Okay, I'm not taking a flyer. I was like, all right, cool, all right, just go home. I just go home now, innit?
It's free
So
music.
I had to
Okay,
go.
you
Yeah.
sit in the car and you just got your CD. Man, I couldn't tell you the amount of mixed CDs yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it was great. You know,
Yeah, it was a good
like,
time.
oh, times change, man. Technology
Mate.
changes, taste changes.
And, and it's just like what you're saying about, you've created Good News to basically, give us another platform to advertise our events so we're not having to stand out in the cold and not having to spend like hundreds of thousands of pounds burning CDs and so on and so forth. And it is just all of that, isn't it? It's like, you think about the days of old when I used to go and promote
Mhm.
flyers, you know what I mean? Stacking the flyers, stacking the CD burners and all that stuff. It was just time consuming, man. I couldn't tell you the last time I made a mix CD. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? People not even rocking CDs no more. That's how it is. It's like,
You mate,
mate, it's funny.
he's crazy. So, can you tell the audience about your one of your best bookings and one of your worst bookings?
Oh, gosh, wow. That's a real strange one. You know what? There's been so many. It's like thinking of which one to actually pick. There's
Mm.
so many like gigs that I've done, and I think to myself, yeah, that was bad. That was wicked. I mean, one of the highlights was sharing a stage with Jazzy Jeff at
Oh
Brixton
wow.
Electric. Yeah, I think that was 2016, maybe 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically me, Jazzy Jeff. I think Rampage done the warm up, and then it was me doing the pre-show. And
Okay.
yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. And me and him have worked like together a few times. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we're on first name basis. We're not. Obviously, I'm just another London
Yeah.
guy that DJs, isn't it? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's been. I think that'll be the third time I DJed with Jazzy Jeff, and but on such a big platform like Brixton Electric, and it was ram. Every kind of crowd was there because he appeals to many different demographics of people, and it was
Mm.
a really good night. Really good.
Yeah.
The visuals are on point for the night as well. It was just perfect. So I think for me personally, it's either that
Mm.
or where else was there? There's so many. As I'm trying to think. I think I must say the first time I went to, oh, so I can't really say that was like one of those clubs that I say, yeah, that this night was the thing that I thought, yeah, I made it as a DJ, but it was when I got the residency to play at Sound Republic in Leicester Square on Fridays. It was Trevor Nelson, Hanish night, and I think the Sound Republic used to run it as well. So I used to play there
Yeah.
quite regular
Yeah.
on the Friday. I used to
Yeah.
play there on the Wednesday with Hanif, an H-Bomb and Red Hot, the Red Hot family. And then
Okay.
I used to do, obviously, we can't forget the legendary parties from Silk and Alliance Inc. Text me
Okay.
every Sunday
Yeah.
at Soundbar. But I mean, we broke tunes in that place. We broke tunes in that place. And it
Yeah.
was that residency. I remember sitting with Silk and we were chatting, like, yeah, I'm going to make you resident, I'm going to make you resident. I was like, okay, cool. Made me resident. There for, it was like 3 years we were there at Sound Republic, Sound Bar. And started with 50 people. And then, boom, it was just a mess. Every Sunday, queues wrapping round. It was an era. It was nice. And that's when I said to myself, yeah, this is nice. I'm in central London. I'm holding down a residency every week.
That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
Central London, man. Central London back in the day
Yeah.
was great. It was great, but now it's all
Yeah.
not the same.
No. It's
It's
like,
not the same.
I'll make you laugh, yeah? I was talking about this the other day. Those times there were certain
Mm.
routines of tunes we used to play. They're still getting played now.
Yeah.
Same order. I think, well, okay, how you know about that? How you know to play that with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny because like, we became a reference point. We became a place where people wanted to be in. We had the best security in the world there. We had Phantom security there. No shoes, no trainers, no Pradas. Yeah. No trainers, no Pradas, no jeans. That's it. Let me get this. Yeah, and it was just a place you wanted to be in. If you didn't get let in one week, you'll try again the next week. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And musically, yeah, we had some great DJs there. It was nice, 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 nice. And yeah, so for me, those three events I mentioned were ones where I say it was like, yeah, I like this. I'm on a big stage with like a DJ idol of mine. I mean, I practiced with routines. It was just nice to be able to share a stage with him, have a little
Yeah.
chat with him, and again, and of course, can't forget the bass lounge. Obviously, I was their only resident DJ. They had no other DJs playing. It was just
Mm.
me holding that crown as their DJ. And, it was that, I must say, and working with the Sony Street team that made me travel the world. It made me take myself seriously as a DJ. I was fortunate to be a full-time DJ for 14 years.
Wow. That's a
It was
great
hard.
accolade for a team.
It was hard.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie to you.
yeah,
Shit was champagne and skills, but I did it. I can say I've done
yeah.
it, you know? But now, boy, if you can do that then in these days, I'm happy for you. I praise you because, boy, even me, I have to, we need to be working. You need something else there to pay the bills. You know what I mean? And pay that mortgage.
So what percentage of would you say DJs nowadays have a full time um like 9 to 5 job in terms of okay, no, let me rephrase that.
Mm.
What percentage would you say DJs are not DJing full time?
That's a hard one to call because you don't really know because this can sound really mad, yeah, but if you're a career DJ, you automatically become an actor. You know what I mean? You disguise a lot of stuff. Yeah, you
Okay.
become an actor, isn't it? Yeah, I DJ full time. You know, man. It's like it
Yeah.
shows that after his DJ set, you'd be surprised what people have to do. But whatever you have to do, you do to keep that
Yeah.
roof over your head. You have to do it. So I can't even knock you, but just be honest about it. You know, be honest about it. And my thing is, I'll tell you now. I
Mm.
think there's a lot of DJs who are working full time and maintaining a DJ career. I'm doing it, and I was a DJ until the bloody world. I went a lot of places. I
Yeah.
had residencies in other countries, but that was then.
Wow.
This is now. You know, you know what I mean? And when you get to
Interesting.
that age, you don't want to. I'd say a lot. The DJs that are attached to major brands, I'd say major brands, who are
Yeah.
working 2 to 3 nights a week minimum. I'd say they're
Mm.
probably full time. The ones that are paying like once a week, maybe twice, depending on your pay, obviously.
Mm.
I wouldn't say that's full time. I think that era is actually, I wouldn't say it's gone. There are
Mm.
still probably DJs, we don't know what people do behind closed doors. We don't know this. We don't know what they do. But ultimately, I think from the era of, say, like the 90s, late
Mm.
90s to, I don't know, now, like, say, what, mid noughties,
Mm.
things have changed. You know what I mean? People have had to double up their money.
Yeah, I suppose with everything that's happening now, cost of
Mm.
living, you know,
Yeah.
venues shutting down, you have to get more creative in terms of
Yeah.
where they're playing now. And
Hmm.
did you guys have to do like, because obviously you're not just a DJ, you're a promoter as well.
Mm.
So certain venues now you have to do a risk assessment.
Oh,
So
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I had to do that every month for when I was doing that thing every month in City.
what does that entail exactly?
Um, well, the very first they called it the 696 form. That and you had to put down the demographic of your crowd, which didn't go down very well at all. Yeah,
Mm.
and put your DJ's list down, how you're going to promote it, your details and stuff, and that was it. They just wanted to know who's coming and who's attached to who and who's affiliated with who and stuff. So it was very detailed, but I think there was a lot of uproar when people asked about the demographic of the crowd, what type of crowd was
Okay.
going to be there, and I think that got thrown away. They said they're not gonna. You don't need to fill in that. I think they adapted the 696 form to not actually list down that where your people are from one demographic or another demographic. It was just straightforward. But,
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of
they
difficult
kind
to
of guessed
do
it from the lineup. They're
that.
doing that now.
Oh boy, this is not a good thing. Not a good
No,
thing.
no. But at the end of the day, the crowds have changed. You know,
Yeah.
the crowds have changed. Some crowds, like, I look at, like, say, the youngers now.
Mm.
We came from house parties all day as this, that, and the other, and then we graduated into the nightclubs, into the clubs.
Yeah.
They've gone straight into the clubs. They've gone straight into the clubs or the festivals. Not even clubs. They've gone into festivals and day
Yeah.
parties.
No, that's true. That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting point because
So
I
it's like
remember,
what they.
yeah, I remember like back in the day, when I used to work down for a very well, I mean, I wanted to say it. When I used to work for Marks and Spencer's, Oxford
Mhm.
Circus store. Um, we had a very, very good friends. They were DJs, and every other week they were like saying to us, "Yeah, they're playing out, got this house party, they're going to that house party, coming down,
Mhm.
blah blah blah." And then yeah, we go down there, and yeah, you're right. It wasn't, them days. It wasn't festivals or
Mm.
clubbing festivals. It was just house parties.
Yeah, exactly
But,
that.
yeah, but as you just said, yeah, it's not even house parties. They're just going straight to the festivals.
Straight to the festivals. That's what it is. You know what I mean? It's funny because, like, it's a whole. For me, it's a learning, isn't it? It's like
Mm.
you know, I me and my DJ partner at the time, Sir
Mm.
Richard J. When I went to college,
Mm.
yeah. I'm not going to release the year. But I went
Okay.
to college, I played at a house
Yeah.
party
Yeah.
on my top. Yeah, me and him. So from 9 o'clock, set up the string up the set,
Mm.
get the scoop bins up them stairs and stuff. Oh, it's just a nightmare. But then you have to pace yourself. You got to learn how to pace yourself. Where you're going to burn all them tunes there in like 15 minutes. No, you can't do it.
Mm.
You got to pace the tunes because guess what? The party's going on until 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to repeat yourself.
No, God, no, no, because
You know what I mean?
certain events I've been at, and it's like, hold on a minute, then they played this about
Yeah,
half an hour ago, and then you're playing it
yeah.
again.
But that's the thing. We live in a society of DJs where everything is like about the hit, about the I like to call it the impact zone with a tune. So everything
Mm.
is like bang 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 bang, gonna hit bare tunes within like you're gonna hear 10 different tunes in like half a minute. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but they don't pace themselves. It's like even
Mm.
now I still do DJ sets in Windsor at a club called O and in Camberley. And
Mm.
they've got different brand events they do, but the fact of the matter is they hire one DJ to play. So that DJ needs to plan what he's going to do within reason. So, and it's a mixed crowd. So you got to make sure you got all your tunes. Listen, we got laptops, before it was vinyls we had to carry. So
Yeah.
you're a very rich man if you had every single hit of every single genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, that's why you see sounds as opposed to single DJs.
Yeah.
Because one man would do your R&B, one man would do your ragga, one man would do your jungle at the time, and then one man would do your slow jams. So it's a whole lot of history we have in this thing. You know what I mean?
That is crazy.
So people, I think the younger generation, they don't know how to. Don't get me wrong, it's their time,
Yeah.
and it's interesting to see when I see a young DJ, everything is very hyper, it's very quick, it's very. I'm gonna blaze this, I'm gonna blaze this, I'm gonna blaze that, and it's
Yeah.
just hilarious. I don't know. Okay, cool. Don't get me
So,
wrong. There's times when you have to muck in and do it yourself, like I do. Like
yeah.
I call it my front master flex mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm not juggling quick. Yeah, cool. You do it
Yeah.
just so that you show that you're reading the crowd.
So it's
But
interesting you
then,
mentioned about younger DJs. So, what advice could you give to someone who is what we class as a bedroom DJ and they're looking to get their name out there?
well, first and foremost, I wouldn't class them as a bedroom DJ. I'd say you're a
Okay.
DJ. Every DJ has their journey,
Okay.
and that's not putting any shade. I'm just saying straight. Every DJ
Yeah.
has their journey. I was a
Yeah.
bedroom DJ. That's how I started. So that was my journey.
Mm.
And, it just takes that one break. You know what I mean? That one break, two breaks, three breaks, get attached to the right people.
Mm.
Practice, read your crowd.
Mm.
Read your crowd. Look at the crowd. You're not playing for you or your five friends that you bring.
Yeah.
But if there's five people in the venue, then yeah, you're playing for them. But
Yeah.
it's one of them where you're playing to the room. Now, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, why is the DJ playing Candy? Why is the DJ playing the same tunes?" Yeah, that's for someone who raves a lot. That's why you're hearing the same tunes. What
Mm.
about that poor girl that doesn't go out for 2 years and she wants to dance to Candy with all her friends that come out for her birthday and
Yeah.
create a little vibe? So that's why I say it's important to read the crowd, read the room. You go into a venue, you look at all the crowd, just take a little pan and scan
Mm.
and see what you're going to play. Get
Okay.
there early. If you're doing an hour set, get there an hour
Yeah.
before your set to hear what gets played.
Yeah.
Say hello to the DJ before you. Play your respects. You know what I mean? If you're a mic person,
Yeah.
if you're not a
I
mic
like.
person, be
Yeah.
polite. As you know, Shugs is the
Yes.
king of politeness. Yeah,
Do that.
my musical partner. Yeah, he
Yeah.
pays respect to the DJ before and the one
Yeah.
coming in after. Yeah, because we're from that era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is what is
Uh,
important.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. It's important. So be polite. Remember,
Okay.
you're in part of a team. Even though if you don't know
Mm.
the DJ before, you're part of a team.
Mm.
You're not part of their sound. You're part of a team that's in charge of entertaining this crowd from the start of the rave to the end. So pace yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not always about shelling down the dance to make the other DJ struggle. And I've had it. Shouldn't to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The DJ's got them try to outplay me. Bam, bam, bam. But what you don't realize is it's a knowledge thing. It's like, okay, so you beat that all of that. Let me play this. Let me play that. Let me throw a wild card. So that's why it's important to arrive an hour before your set minimum, just to read the crowd.
Cool.
So that's my
So
biggest advice. Practice, and now you got a network as well.
some great advice. I'm sure someone out there is listening to this. They're making a lot of notes, and hopefully this will help them.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
so.
no
I
matter where they
really
are in
do.
the world, no matter where they're listening, you know.
Hmm.
So, final question.
Yes.
Uh, which cancelled artist do you miss playing and why?
Ah, you see, I've got used to not playing the arse. I'm not even gonna say him.
Yeah,
There's only like a couple of tunes I kind of miss not playing, and I
yeah,
kind of got away with it. So the tune in particular is "You to Be Happy" by the R with the Biggie rap, because that's one of my favorite Biggie raps. But
okay,
you kind of cut around it. You just play the Biggie part. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You forget about the R.
the other part.
Um, do I miss playing She's Got That Vibe? No. I've got used to not playing it.
Okay,
Um,
that's an
which
interesting way you say
cancel
like
art?
you're used to not playing
Not
it.
playing it. Yeah, I'm used
Yeah,
to not playing it.
yeah,
But the wickedest thing is when it if I'm on the mix CD cancellation time, the tune comes, I'm like, I got, you know what I mean? I got to push it forward.
yeah.
It's funny, but what? Right, throw some artists at me. I'm struggling here.
Mr. Kelly, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
yeah, yeah. You see, right? Okay, let's. So, are we allowed to dive into the Michael
Oh,
topic?
we can talk we can talk about it because we can. It's a podcast.
Because
Why
yeah,
not?
I feel a bit upset that because people
Mm.
still request Michael.
Sorry, they
They
still will
really
or they
do.
won't.
Yeah,
Really?
people still request Michael. Yeah,
Wow.
serious. So you still actually get to play Michael's tunes.
Good.
I've watched
Good.
the documentary myself, and I'm like, I shouldn't be playing it.
Yeah.
I try to avoid playing it.
Yeah.
Is there another artist you can throw me as a bad example? Because I'm a
Think no,
stickler.
no, it's not.
I'm
No, no. It's basically well, if you're saying that people are out there requesting to hear his songs,
mm,
it shows clearly here that he's still got an influence. People still miss the
mm,
music, right? Whatever happens, wherever it did happen,
hmm
that sometimes we have to like separate that from the music.
that's it.
But it's a touchy one. So I can
Mm.
understand how certain feelings or certain like dilemmas. Oh, should I play it? Should I play it? Yeah, yeah. But
Well, let's
oh,
put it this way. To answer your question, it's one of them. If there's an artist I miss playing, it probably would be, if I was to say someone, I'd have to say Jacko, innit?
yeah,
I mean, because his back catalogue alone is huge.
yeah.
I mean, he's got some classic
Cycle.
breaks. People have
Yeah,
sampled him, like, you know, I Want You Back. You know what I mean? It's been sampled by Biggie. It's been sampled by so many people. Chris Cross. You know
hmm,
what I mean? Even,
yeah,
So, yeah, is
yeah.
it? So I definitely, I'd say Jacko. I'll say yeah.
All
If
right.
we class him as a cancelled artist, then yeah, I'd say Jacko. Kelly, I kind of just, yeah, I'm just, yeah, yeah, nah,
Yeah, just swipe left. Okay.
yeah.
So, CLK,
Mm.
where can people find you? What's your socials?
Right.
What's your next events?
So the socials, you catch me on DJ CLK on Facebook.com.
Mhm.
CLK DJ, CLK underscore DJ on Instagram. On CLK DJ on TikTok. And where else is there? I've got a SoundCloud as well somewhere flying around. But most importantly, the best one to really find all my details, jump on my website. That's DJCLK.com. Everything's there. My events, we've got that thing, the Easter Sunday, the big Easter Sunday event happening at a new venue called 8 Embankment. That'd be a great party to come down and check me out at. It's like a flagship. It used to be Proud Embankment.
Okay.
So we're taking over for the evening. That's definitely one. If you remember the parties at Shaka Zulu, the War Bar, Abacus, where else have we got? Gilgamesh, Camden, all those parties, definitely. That's one not to miss.
Yeah.
One not to miss. And I've got a couple of like surprises. You know me, I'm a man, Jonathan. You know I'm a man where I find venues.
Yeah.
I pull out venues out of places that, thanks to my contacts, big up them.
Yeah.
And I like introducing people to new places.
Yeah.
Or places they thought they could get into. I love that,
Okay.
because, if they come and celebrate their birthday at a that thing party at a venue that thought, wow, like, did you come to the, not the rooftop one? Last year, was it 2 years ago on Easter Sunday, I done in Canary Wharf, in Mother. It was in,
No, I heard about it. I couldn't.
yeah,
No,
man.
yeah, I did hear about it though.
Yeah, so
Sure.
this is one of them where, yeah, I love taking people to places where, it's new. It's not just a regular beat down on place. No disrespect, but just say,
Yeah.
I like taking people to new places and just try something different. Let's not just
Okay.
be doing it all. So, definitely if you're up for a good night, Easter Sunday, 8 Embankment, formerly Proud Embankment.
Yeah.
We start at 11, we go until 4 in the morning. And
Okay.
I've got a page on Shubs and Eventbrite. And most importantly, we can't forget the website. Yeah, we can't forget the website. Jump on there. All my references are all on there.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Excellent.
So definitely.
Nice one. Well,
And
thank
we
you
need to
for
get my page sorted out on your site, don't we?
mate. Holla. Good news.
Yep.
We're here for you. We're here.
Yeah,
I know you're
it's
there.
gonna happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm there, but we need to sort it out proper. We need to get it done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, on good
we've got to
news.
spread
Yeah,
the
yeah.
good news, man.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
brother. Listen. Thank you so much for this
All
interview.
good, bro.
It's been very insightful. I've learned a few new things about you and your situation and your journey and your
Thanks,
influence
bro.
in the industry. And I hope everyone else who's listened to this has taken a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of happiness from hearing
Hmm.
this conversation, from hearing about you.
Definitely.
Good. All right.
I enjoyed
Well,
it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Look forward to
good.
part 2.
Yes. Yes. Don't worry. There will be a part 2. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. All right then. Listen.
Oh, man.
Take care
Listen,
and we'll
brother.
catch up. All right, mate. See you later.
Right. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
having me.
Bye.
The Good Muse podcast is a series of hints, tips, and strategies for anyone promoting DJ events and nights out. The GoodMuse app is one of the quickest, easiest ways to set up your night, complete with tickets and a sample playlist to help you attract the right music connoisseurs. Find out more at GoodMuse.app. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and let your favorite DJ or promoter know about GoodMuse.